As we are nearing Rosh Hashanah, Erev Rosh Hashanah being only, I'll feel as a rabbi, minutes away, but it's actually a few days away, Monday evening, I'm thinking about this, our machzor, our prayer book, and thinking about the relationship we have to prayer, what you and I experience. And I just opened the book randomly to a page for a moment to see what came out at me as prayerful. And the text says at the bottom of page 37, this is Rosh Hashanah, we are alive, with an exclamation mark. Just pair that to your reality right now. The next sentence, we are here, and that of itself takes a measure of strength as well as mazel. Well, prayer is one of those experiences like poetry and other art forms that lifts us out of the ordinary, that gets us to transcend what's on our phone or what's on our television or what we're reading or holding in our hearts and minds at any certain moment. Prayer is one of those gates opening experiences. If you think about the Hebrew word that means prayer, lehitpalel, it's what in Hebrew is called a reflexive verb. And a reflexive verb is something that we do to ourselves, like getting dressed or wrapping ourselves in the talit as the prayer service begins. And either it means that we're praying or the word is judging ourselves, or it means that we're transforming ourselves through the experience of prayer. Those of you who are Musar students might be interested in the idea that Rav Kook says that the purpose of prayer is to release the goodness within us. Other great rabbis of different eras have said the purpose of prayer isn't to change God's mind or God's hand, but it is to change ours. So think for the moment about yourself as a partner in this world and what prayer has the capacity to do. I was thinking about a story that I heard from a colleague about his interview at the Jewish Theological Seminary. When he wanted to become a rabbi, he nervously, as all of us did, nervously went for his first interview. And he came into the office, and there were three great rabbis there, one of whom was Abraham Joshua Heschel, one of the great thinkers, I would say, of all time, certainly of the last century. And the interview was going along, and then Heschel said to this rabbi, he said to him, did you see God yet today? And the rabbi thought, well, this isn't going well. He said, no, I didn't. And Heschel said, well, tell me what you did this morning. And the rabbi, the rabbinic student at that point said, or I should say the hopeful rabbinic student said, well, I got up and I got dressed and I had breakfast and then I took the subway. This was in New York. And he said, and I got out and I walked in the streets and I saw some people and I got to the doors of the seminary and I'm here. And Heschel said, so what do you mean you didn't see God? So if you think about it, we have these formal ideas of God and these formal ideas of holiness and a prayer and all these religious words. And somehow, if they're so formal, they don't fit into our casual everyday life. So we cast them off. We say, this isn't for me. Those words, those experiences, they're for my grandparents, my ancestors, other Jews, not me. But what all of these great rabbis and thinkers of the past and present are trying to get you and me to connect with is the reality within all of these experiences that all of us can be changed by, that all of us can access, and that all of us can use in the best sense to transform our realities, to transform our relationship to our realities, and to make these days and this new year extraordinary. Regardless of what happens around us. Just our perspective, just our prayerful perspective can change the way we live the next 12 months. So as we approach the high holy days, these holy days, and you know we're doing a lot over the course of those days, I want to say something I'll say to you many times, which is I wish all of you good health, first of all, and fulfillment in the new year. And calm and ease and easy breath and easy heartbeat and connection to one another, to your families and to us, your family, certainly whom I consider to be my greater family, you. And I hope this year is a year of peace in our world. I pray for that. And I hope to see a lot of you in the year to come. Leshana Tova.